HAVOC complex clean for the HAVOC battle. So I got a barbell here. When you come out to your weight at the beginning of the 5 minutes, your opening attempt is going to be on your barbell. So you're going to have to tell your judge or tell someone what you're going to have for your initial attempt. Okay? So my initial attempt is 95 pounds. All right, so it's on my barbell. So come out, 3, 2, 1, go. My 5 minutes starts. Okay, I can make my initial attempt. So I can do a power clean into a front squat, and then another front squat, and then jerk, jerk. That's fine. What we want, though, is a clean. So go right into a clean. Now, if you catch your bar in a power clean, you can write it down, but we don't want you to stand up. So catching a power clean, standing, and then doing 2 front squats would be a no-go. Okay, so you can catch it in the power position and then ride it down, or obviously what we want is just catching it in the squat. So that was my clean, front squat, jerk, jerk. So at the end of each jerk, you need to come back to your feet square under your shoulders. Okay? So this stuff here, right? No good. You got to show control. Bring it down. Show control. Your judge gives you the drop signal. Lift is over. Okay? So that is the HAVOC complex clean. You just had 5 minutes to complete your HAVOC complex clean portion. You get a 2-minute rest. Okay? We're going to have your ring set. You're going to have your ring set before we start this to the right height. I don't really care where your rings are. Okay? If you want them a little bit higher, a little bit lower, it's totally up to you. So you can do your muscle ups in a couple different ways. You can do regular muscle up. Okay? Okay, so you do not have to kip. You can do kipping muscle ups with the false grip. Or you can do the non-false grip. Now, when you do these, you want to make sure that at the top, those elbows are fully locked out. Okay, your judge will tell you when your muscle up is good. So you don't have to stay up there and show like, look, it's locked out. But your judge will tell you in the middle of it, like while you're doing it, whether that rep was good or not. Okay. As far as being loaded at the bottom, starting a muscle up in this position is no good. Okay. If you're going to do the false grip muscle up, the false grip kipping or false grip regular, you've got to have those arms totally straight at the bottom. Turnout is really that important. I'm not that worried about a turnout. We just want to see that those arms are totally straight. Okay? So that is the muscle up portion. When you do the bar muscle up at the bottom, those arms have to be totally locked out. And then at the top, you've got to have both arms totally straight. So there's only 2 standards, okay? And they are arms straight at the bottom and then locked out at the top. All right, so, there we go. Okay, so that is going to be the bar muscle up standard. For scale, we're going to do wall walks or wall climbs, whatever you want to call them. Okay, everybody's going to have a cone. The cone is going to be set up right at your waist. So before we start, you and your judge are going to find the spot for your cone. Okay? So you're going to lay down on the ground. Your heels are going to be against the wall. We're going to put the cone right at your waist. Okay? So there's my waist. There's the cone. We got to come up. Get your hands past the cone. So your fingertips have to come past the beginning of the cone. Come back down to there. Okay. You cannot just go to the side. So stuff like this, no good, okay? You've got to come back down the same path that you come up. So walk up, walk down. Chest to the ground at the bottom, and then hand past the cone when you come up, okay? How about some handstand push-ups? So this is the third event for the HAVOC battle. So handstand push-ups for the pro, we're going to just do regular handstand push-ups, okay? So pretty simple standards. Head has to touch the ground, meaning your head, not your hair. So if you have like a big old afro puff, it doesn't matter. Your actual head has to touch the ground, okay? So we're going to have 2 mats per competitor, so you have to keep your hands between the mats. Come down, make sure your head touches the mat, and then press back up to full extension so the elbow's locked out. Okay? That's the pro standard. For the RX, you're allowed to kip. I have no flipping idea how to kip a handstand push-up. But if you know how to do it, then do it. Here's what you're going to do. You're going to get your hands on the plates, right? Come down, wiggle your legs or whatever, and then press back up, okay? Make sure that when you do this, same standards, at the top, you make sure that your feet are against the wall and that those elbows are perfectly straight at the top, okay? So pro is strict, RX is either strict or kipping. For the deficit burpee, for the scaled portion, so we're going to have your hands on the plates, chest to the ground. Jump, clap. Now, what we need when you do the burpee is we need full hip extension and looking straight ahead, okay? So this type of thing, right? It's not gonna fly. Your judge is gonna be standing in front of you. You're gonna look at your judge, and your judge is gonna give you a thumbs up or a high five or something. You're gonna say, you did it. So you gotta look at your judge and then you'll see. So that'll make sure that every time you're at least looking straight and you're not coming down like this. Okay? All right. Hey, 3, 2, 1, go. We're doing the chipper now. Run out the door, 400 meters. Run. Come back inside. If you're in the pro division, there's gonna be a 25-pound plate waiting for you at your station, okay? You can hold that plate wherever you want to. You can hold it over your head, behind your head, in front of you, whatever you need to do. The standards for the pistol are very simple. Same as an air squat, same as a squat in CrossFit. You've got to break parallel and then stand all the way up at the top. So, start my pistol, stand all the way up at the top, okay? That's my pistol. I made sure that I've gone below parallel. My judge is going to tell me if my rep is good or not, okay? If you are falling when you're coming up from your pistol, kind of coming back like that, which is very common, no big deal. As long as you maintain it, okay, and then show control, you're good to go. If your other foot comes down, if your toe touches the ground, your heel touches the ground, no rep, okay? It has to be a one-legged squat, not 1 1/4 or 1 1/2 legs, okay? So that is the standard for the pistol. Got that? So, moving on to toes to bar. We've done our 400-meter run. We've done our 10 pistols for each leg. Toes to bar. This should be called feet to bar, or something below your ankles to the bar, because that's the standard, okay? Hold on to your plate for your bar. Come up, touch your toes, or touch the bottom of your feet, or touch the top of your feet. Does not really matter, okay? Just something from here or below touching that bar 20 times. Got it? Okay, after 20 of those, what's after that? 30 box jumps. For the box jump, you cannot take a one-footed takeoff. So stuff like this is no good, right? You got to make sure that when you're doing these jumps, you're starting with your feet square, jumping up, showing extension, coming off. Now, can you bound? Yes, that's fine. So, if you show your extension either on the box or in the air, it really doesn't matter, okay? So, extension. no extension, no rep. Okay? So as long as you are making extension, whether it's on the box or coming off of the box, that's fine. And no one-footed takeoffs. Okay, that's that. Now, 40 chest to bar pull-ups. Where is your chest? Your chest is below your clavicles. And then anywhere below that. Okay? So, that's fine. That's fine. Doesn't matter. Okay? Anywhere from here down is good for the chest to bar. Alright? Next is 50 thrusters at 45 pounds. So, that's an empty bar. Alright? Real quick lesson plan, lesson. Empty barbells are not made to be dropped. When they have 18-inch pieces of rubber on them, they can be dropped and there's no issue. But an empty barbell should not be dropped. If your empty barbell is dropped, there is a 5 burpee penalty. So, good way to make yourself have a slower time is to drop these barbells. Okay? So, thruster, simple standard. Okay? Bar is on your shoulders, squatting below parallel, driving up to arms straight at the top. At the top, my ears should be able to show in front of my head. No, not in front of my head. That wouldn't make any sense, would it? In front of my arms, okay? So, squat below parallel, drive and push. There's your thruster. 50 of those. So below parallel, straight arms at the top, arms behind your head. Next, 60 double under. Go to the double under. The rope needs to go under your feet 2 times, hence the word double. So, looking straight ahead. Alright, there's your double unders. Your judge will tell you, will give you a count for you, so don't even worry about counting. Your judge will tell you where you're at, okay? After you are done your 60 double unders, run again, 400 meters, come back in the door, there's your time, okay? That is the HAVOC battle chipper. So, for the RF division, we've been getting a lot of questions about the kettlebell jumps. The kettlebell jump is pretty simple. You're going to stand with your kettlebell between your legs. Reach down, grab your bell, come off the ground. Feet have to leave the ground, okay? So all that means is at the top, my feet have to come off the ground. I don't care how far they come off the ground, but they have to come off the ground. What can you not do? You cannot do this. Okay? So we need extension. Just like on a burpee, right? Knees, hips, fully extended, coming off the ground. Okay? So that is the kettlebell jump. What else? Knees to elbows. So, this is not the CrossFit Games, okay? This is knees to elbows or armpits. I'm not really that concerned about it. Just make some contact, okay? So, holding on to the bar, bringing those knees up, making contact. So whether you're up here or down there, big belly, I can't really get that close to my armpits, but some of you can. So somewhere on your arms, make your knees make contact. Okay? What's a pull up? Full extension. Chin over the bar. That's it. Can you kip? Of course. Can you do butterfly? Of course. Okay? Get your chin over the bar. We've got air squats for in place of the pistols. Okay? So what's an air squat? You're going to initiate the movement at your hips, squat all the way down, stand all the way up. Okay? If your heels come off the ground, no big deal. Okay? Obviously they should stay on the ground. But just make sure that at the bottom, you're breaking parallel, and then at the top, full extension of your knees and hips. Okay? Our standard is hands are going to touch the ground, and you're going to come all the way up. So this is not a sit-up. Right there, okay? Come all the way up at the top. Alright? That's a sit-up. Step up is pretty simple. You're going to have your box. You're going to put your foot up there. You're going to stand up on top. Okay? show control at the top, show that those hips are fully extended, the knees are fully extended, come back down. If you want to do all of your step up on the same leg, go ahead. I don't know why you would do that, but it's fine with us, okay? So you just got to get up onto that box, how many times today? 30 times, okay? All right, so ring rows. This is the last movement. So when we do the battle, you're going to have a thing to make sure that your feet don't slide, okay? So there's going to be like a piece of wood here that you can have your feet against. You don't have those yet, okay? So you're going to lay down, okay? The rings are going to be at your waist. These are a little bit low. They should be right here. So basically right where your waist bends, that's where the bottom of the rings are going to be set, okay? And then your heels are going to be directly underneath of the bar. So you're going to lay back, pull yourself all the way up. Make contact at the top. So the bottom of the ring, or your hands rather, is going to make contact with the side of your chest, and then back down to full extension. And that's the ring. Okay?